Have you ever felt like your mornings are a relentless uphill battle, a struggle just to get out of bed and face the day? Perhaps you recognize yourself in Sarah, a dedicated professional constantly teetering on the edge of burnout. Her mornings weren't peaceful awakenings. They were a jarring symphony of blaring alarms, desperate snoozes, and a frantic scramble to get ready, often skipping breakfast and arriving at work already feeling defeated. The weight of deadlines, responsibilities, and the ever-present feeling of being behind had transformed her once bright outlook into a dull, persistent ache. She wasn't simply tired, she was depleted, her energy reserves completely drained before the workday even began. This isn't just Sarah's story. It's a reflection of the silent struggle many of us face. We live in a culture that glorifies busyness, where productivity is often equated with worth, and self-care is relegated to the bottom of the to-do list, if it makes the list at all. The pressure to constantly achieve, to be always on, has created a pervasive sense of unease, a quiet hum of anxiety that permeates our lives, starting with those first few critical hours of the day. We tell ourselves that we'll catch up on rest later, that we'll prioritize our well-being when things slow down, but later never seems to arrive. The cycle continues, day after day, leaving us feeling increasingly disconnected from ourselves and our potential. But what if there was a different way? What if, instead of dreading the morning, you could actually look forward to it? What if those first few hours could be a source of energy, focus, and inspiration, setting the tone for a day filled with purpose and accomplishment? Imagine waking up not to the feeling of being overwhelmed, but to a sense of possibility, to the quiet excitement of knowing that you're actively shaping your life, one morning at a time. This isn't about becoming a superhuman or drastically overhauling your entire existence overnight. It's about making small, intentional changes that, over time, can lead to profound transformation. We're not going to offer you a quick fix or a magic bullet. Instead, we'll explore a structured approach, a framework that empowers you to take control of your mornings and, by extension, your life. This journey is about reclaiming your time, your energy, and your focus, and channeling them into activities that nourish your mind, body, and spirit. It's about creating a morning routine that isn't just a checklist of tasks to complete, but a deliberate practice of self-investment. Think of it as building a solid foundation for your day, a launch pad for success, however you define it. The power of a well-crafted morning routine lies in its ability to shift your mindset, to move you from a reactive state to a proactive one. When you start your day feeling grounded, centered, and energized, you're better equipped to handle whatever challenges come your way. You're more resilient, more creative, and more able to stay focused on your goals. This isn't just about being more productive. It's about living a more fulfilling and meaningful life. It's about rediscovering the joy in the everyday and tapping into the immense potential that lies within you, waiting to be unlocked. To truly grasp the transformative impact of a revitalized morning, it's essential to delve into the why behind the struggle. Often, our unproductive mornings are not simply a matter of laziness or lack of willpower. They stem from deeply ingrained psychological patterns and unmet needs. One key aspect to consider is the role of our circadian rhythm, our internal biological clock. When we repeatedly disrupt this natural rhythm by hitting snooze or sleeping in erratically, we throw our bodies and minds into a state of confusion. This can lead to a feeling of grogginess and disorientation that persists throughout the morning, making it difficult to focus and engage with our tasks. Think of it like trying to start a car with a weak battery. It sputters and struggles before finally getting going, wasting precious energy in the process. Moreover, our mornings often become a battleground for our anxieties and insecurities. The moment we wake up, our minds can be flooded with worries about the day ahead, looming deadlines, difficult conversations, financial pressures. These anxieties can manifest as procrastination, avoidance, and a general sense of dread, making it incredibly difficult to get out of bed and face the challenges that await us. It's as though we're carrying a heavy weight on our shoulders before we've even taken our first step. Another crucial layer to understand involves the concept of cognitive inertia. This refers to the tendency of our brains to stick with familiar patterns, even if those patterns are detrimental to our well-being. If you've been starting your mornings in a chaotic and unproductive way for years, your brain has become wired to expect and perpetuate that pattern. Breaking free from this inertia requires conscious effort and a deliberate rewiring of your neural pathways. Imagine a well-worn path in a forest. It's easy to follow, even if it leads you in the wrong direction. Creating a new path requires clearing away the underbrush, forging a new route, and consistently reinforcing it until it becomes the new norm. Consider also the impact of sleep deprivation on our cognitive function. When we consistently fail to get enough sleep, our brains are unable to function at their optimal level. This can lead to impaired memory, reduced attention span, and decreased decision-making ability. It's akin to trying to run a marathon on an empty stomach. You may be able to start, but you'll quickly run out of energy and struggle to reach the finish line. Furthermore, many of us fall prey to the myth of multitasking, believing that we can effectively juggle multiple tasks at once. However, research has shown that multitasking actually reduces our productivity and increases our stress levels. When we try to do too much at once, our attention becomes fragmented, and we're unable to fully focus on any one task. This can lead to a feeling of being overwhelmed and scattered, making it difficult to make progress on our goals. Imagine a juggler trying to keep too many balls in the air. Eventually, they're bound to drop one, leading to frustration and disappointment. Reflecting on this journey so far, it's becoming increasingly clear that the quality of our mornings isn't some isolated event. It's a microcosm of our overall approach to life. It mirrors how we prioritize our needs, manage our anxieties, and harness our potential. The way we greet the dawn is, in essence, a reflection of the relationship we have with ourselves. If our mornings are marked by chaos and dread, it's a sign that something deeper needs tending to. It suggests a disconnect between our aspirations and our daily actions, a misalignment that can leave us feeling perpetually unfulfilled. Consider it like the foundation of a building. If the foundation is weak or unstable, the entire structure is at risk. Similarly, if our mornings are built on a shaky foundation of disrupted sleep, unmanaged stress, and a lack of self-care, the rest of our day is likely to crumble under pressure. But when we invest in building a strong and solid foundation, we create a space for growth, resilience, and lasting success. The cumulative effect of these insights points us toward a profound realization. Transforming our mornings isn't just about optimizing our productivity. It's about cultivating a deeper sense of self-awareness and self-compassion. It's about recognizing that we are worthy of our own time and attention, and that investing in our well-being is not a luxury, but a necessity. It's about shifting from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance, recognizing that we have the power to create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling. Drawing these threads together, we begin to see the immense potential that lies dormant within each of us, waiting to be awakened. The transformation isn't about striving for perfection, but about embracing progress, one small step at a time. It's about recognizing that every morning is a new opportunity to begin again, to rewrite our story, and to create a life that aligns with our deepest values and aspirations. In light of these insights, the path forward becomes clearer, not as a rigid set of rules to follow, but as a gentle invitation to explore, experiment, and discover what works best for us as individuals. It's a journey of self-discovery, a process of learning to listen to our inner wisdom and to trust our own capacity for growth and healing. The key is to approach this journey with curiosity, patience, and a willingness to embrace the unknown. As we pivot towards the final reflection, let us consider the ripple effect that a revitalized morning can have on all aspects of our lives. It's not just about feeling more energized and productive. It's about cultivating a sense of inner peace, resilience, and joy that radiates outward, impacting our relationships, our work, and our overall sense of well-being. It's like planting a seed. With proper care and attention, it can blossom into something beautiful and transformative. The potential for growth is always there. It simply requires the right conditions to flourish. The tools we've explored aren't merely about structuring your time. They're about reclaiming your agency. Consider the SAVERS acronym: silence, affirmations, visualization, exercise, reading, and scribing, not as a rigid prescription, but as a menu of possibilities. Silence might mean a few moments of mindful breathing, grounding yourself in the present moment before the day's demands pull you in 1,000 directions. Affirmations are not empty platitudes, but powerful declarations of your inherent worth and potential, gently reshaping your self-perception. Visualization allows you to mentally rehearse success, building confidence and reducing anxiety about the challenges ahead. Exercise, even a short burst of movement, invigorates your body and mind, releasing endorphins that boost your mood and sharpen your focus. Reading exposes you to new ideas and perspectives, expanding your horizons and fueling your creativity. And finally, scribing, whether through journaling or free writing, provides a space for reflection, processing your emotions, and clarifying your goals. Each of these elements can be adapted to fit your individual needs and preferences. The key is to experiment, to discover what resonates with you, and to create a routine that feels both nourishing and sustainable. Don't be afraid to adjust your approach as your needs evolve. The Miracle Morning is not a one-size-fits-all solution, but a flexible framework that can be tailored to your unique circumstances. Perhaps you prefer a longer period of meditation and shorter workout, or maybe you find more value in reading than in visualization. The point is to find what works for you and to commit to practicing it consistently. Remember, the goal is not perfection, but progress. There will be days when you struggle to stick to your routine, when life throws you curveballs and disrupts your best-laid plans. That's okay. Don't beat yourself up about it. Simply acknowledge the setback, learn from it, and recommit to your practice the next day. Self-compassion is essential. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you would offer to a friend who is struggling. And as you cultivate this new morning ritual, be mindful of the power of small changes. Often, we underestimate the impact that seemingly insignificant actions can have on our overall well-being. A few minutes of meditation, a short walk in nature, a heartfelt affirmation. These small acts of self-care can accumulate over time, creating a profound shift in your mindset and your overall quality of life. It's like the drip of water that eventually wears away stone. Consistency and persistence are key. Embrace the journey, not as a destination to be reached, but as a process of ongoing growth and self-discovery. Be patient with yourself, celebrate your successes, and learn from your setbacks. Trust in your capacity to create a life that is both meaningful and fulfilling, one morning at a time.